welcome back. So to recap, we've learned that asset management is about seeing the big picture and connecting the dots. It's a systematic approach to the governance and realisation of value from the things or assets that an organisation or entity is responsible for over the whole system and the whole life cycle, so from lust to dust. Asset management is important because resources are limited and you need to find a way to maximise value from assets by prioritising what will deliver that value and not wasting time and money on doing things that will not maximise value. Asset management can apply to tangible assets, so physical things like buildings and equipment, and to intangible assets, things like intellectual property and even human capital. Asset management is a structured approach. It's about that approach for developing, operating, maintaining, upgrading, repurposing, and ultimately disposing of the assets in the most cost-effective manner. And we know that means balancing costs, risks, and performance. We've also learned that the international standard, ISO 55000, provides an introduction and the requirements that an organisation would need to follow for their management system for asset management. And we've seen that many organisations around us, the ones we kind of interact with every day even, are understanding the importance of asset management and seeing the benefits of taking an asset management approach. Now, I'd need a lot longer than I've got in these few topics in this online module to go into all the details of asset management. So really, this is just meant to be giving you an introduction and to give you an awareness that you can then build on as you learn more throughout your degree and when you go into your careers. But one thing I really must talk about, and what I'm going to cover in this topic, is the drive towards digital asset management. Data-led and digital asset management is a fast-growing area. Using advances in technology like IoT, Internet of Things, sensors and technology, and artificial intelligence, AI, to help us understand what is happening with our assets and helping inform decisions about what we do with them. For a while now, there's been a real drive towards maximising the use of data and digital technology in asset management as part of the fourth industrial revolution. So let's have a look at what that means. You've probably all heard of the fourth industrial revolution, or Industry 4.0, which is where we are now. The evolution from the first industrial revolution, which brought mechanisation with steam power. The second led to the development of the assembly line and mass production with electrical energy. And the third encompassed digitisation with computers and electronics. And now the fourth industrial revolution brings the networking of real and virtual worlds together using the Internet of Things, or IoT. And this brings enormous potential to transform how we manage our assets, our systems, our processes, and our business models. So consider, what will this mean for you and your career as an engineer? How will this fourth industrial revolution be impacting organisations that you may work for that do asset management, and how will it impact how they'll do asset management in future? In this fourth industrial revolution, we hear lots of buzzwords all the time, like IoT, big data, advanced analytics, machine learning, cloud computing. This has all been building for a number of years with engineering organisations incorporating data science and analytics into their engineering operations. So now it's more common to see data scientists and engineers working together. In my job right now, I work in a team of about 130 people focused on transformation through data, using data science to enhance engineering and asset management. So the drive towards digital, it doesn't mean replacing humans with robots for everything. It means enabling data-led decision-making, enabling better decisions quickly and consistently. So if we have good data, we can make better decisions. It removes the guesswork. It provides us with the facts. But data alone is useless unless we turn it into relevant information and use that to improve our understanding and provide insights. That's what helps us make better decisions. So a data-led approach can also help remove biases. because we all have biases in our decision making about everything in life, and it's no different at work. But taking our emotion and inherent biases out by using a more objective data-led approach can really help. Now, remembering that asset management is all about maximising value, and also remembering that we create value through good decision making, you can see the importance of data and technology in helping us make better decisions and therefore maximising value. But as I said, data and technology holds great potential, but it's all a waste of time if we can't use the data to inform our decisions. So we have to turn data into useful information to create insights and then inform our decisions. And it's always important that you start with what decisions you're trying to make and work back from there. Now, remember from our second module, Start with Why? Well, Start with Why comes back again. Why do we need the data or technology? We need to be clear about the value it's going to add and keep that clear focus as we develop the data-led approach. So we need agile teams to work together with a whole variety of skills. So things like data science, software development, engineering, business skills, all to come together as a team and think about how we're going to develop the solution and how it's going to be used by the ultimate end user to make decisions and manage the assets better. So at my work, we use an agile methodology and we create what's called a minimum viable product, MVP, to begin with. So we can test whether something will deliver the value we expect quickly and iterate in an agile way. Test, learn, adapt. So it's okay to fail, that's how you learn, but fail quickly. Learn and improve so you don't waste time and effort. As up-and-coming engineers, employers want you to be data and tech savvy. Pick up relevant skills where you can, develop your data skills, and look at what the trends are in industry. Every year, Gartner publish their strategic technology trends. So for example, have a look at these, keep up to date with them, and think about how they might be applicable to the companies that you want to work for. The top 10 strategic technology trends published by Gartner for 2020 were split into people-centric and smart spaces. So I'll just briefly go through them so you can see what they are. Trend number 1 was hyper-automation. Now, automation is using tech to automate tasks that once required humans. Hyper-automation is using advanced tech, AI and machine learning to increasingly automate tasks and processes by bringing together multiple tools and systems. Trend 2 is multi-experience. And multi-experience is moving away from a single point of interaction with your tech, so like your computer or your phone, to a more immersive experience with multi-touch points of tech incorporating augmented reality and virtual reality. Trend number 3 is democratization. Democratization of technology is putting the power of data science in the hands of citizens, normal everyday people. These are the systems that we interact with, so they'll be increasingly intelligent and allow us to build data models, for example, without being an expert in data analytics. Trend 4 is human augmentation. Human augmentation is the use of technology to enhance a person's cognitive and physical experience. Physical augmentation enhances your physical performance, as you might expect, and we've heard lots of this before with regards to medical and sport. But this trend will bring wearable tech in more commonplace into society, so and work, so like enhancing safety for risky jobs, for example. And cognitive augmentation is using easy access to information and AI to enhance our cognitive performance. Now that could carry ethical issues, which will need to be reviewed, obviously. In fact, a lot of these carry ethical issues. So, ethics in AI is very important and is actually to do with one of the trends here. The fifth trend is transparency and traceability. So the evolution of technology is creating a trust crisis. We're becoming more aware of how our data is used and exploited. So this is a trend emerging in AI transparency and AI governance. The sixth trend is called the empowered edge. Edge computing is moving data collection and processing and delivery closer to the source of the data. So moving this closer to the point where the data is generated improves efficiency. And this is a trend that we're seeing on IoT tech. And then trend number 7 is the distributed cloud. Distributed cloud keeps all the benefits of cloud hosting, but the physical locations of the data centers are distributed rather than centralized, which allows them to be located anywhere and reduces data latency. Trend number 8 is autonomous things. Autonomous things like robots and drones, they're already becoming much more commonplace and are currently used well in controlled, mostly private spaces. And this trend will see them being used in more open public spaces and move from standalone devices to swarms of autonomous things. Trend number 9 is practical blockchain. Blockchain is a type of distributed ledger, which you might be aware of. Again, already used in isolation, in isolated cases, but is expected to be fully scalable by 2023 and become an integral part of business processes. And this trend leads on to machines using blockchains for transactions themselves, like your car negotiating its own insurance price, for example, based on the data from its sensors without you being involved at all. And the last trend is AI security. So everything we've talked about here offers transformational opportunities in business, but it does also create new vulnerabilities. And this last trend is about the importance of AI security to support all these other trends and make sure that they work as a force for good. So these are all the trends that Gartner can foresee now, and they're already transforming our industry. So the question is, what could the future of asset management look like for businesses you may join? I think all of this is going to have radical change over the next number of years. And consider how data and technology will impact the future roles of engineers and what kind of engineering industry you're going to end up in. Make sure you think about how you're going to equip yourself with the skills you need. Actually, being able to work in diverse teams is one of the most valuable skills, as bringing all of this data, technology, engineering, business together to add value is bigger than the job of one person. So practicing and developing your teamwork skills now, when you have the opportunities during your degree, is invaluable. And even now in lockdown, practicing how teams interact and collaborate remotely is hugely important. We know that diverse teams have better outcomes, so look out for how you can work with people that have different skills and different perspectives to you. So thanks for listening to this topic on the drive towards digital asset management. I hope it's given you food for thought. And next, we're going to look at some basic asset management tools that will help cement some of the core asset management fundamentals.